welcome back to another My Life in Chess video, and in this video I'll try to replicate a game I played as black against the chess computer on the treadmill. This is gonna take some hard remembering to do, but I'm gonna try to remember. So I am black here, and my computer, I think, played... I think they played e4. So I played e5. And then I think they played the Vienna. I don't know. They played c3 here. I'm trying to remember what they did after that. They could have pushed. Let me see. So I think the computer here played pawn to d3. So I think I played... I'm trying to remember. They didn't. Maybe they played the bishop's opening. So I played f6 here. And then they played c3. So I played d6, and then they played pawn to d4. Let's see. So I took, and then I think they played bishop to g5. No, they can't, actually. Yeah, so they took the pawn back. And so here, I went after the queen. So I played knight to c6. And so they brought it back to d2. And so here I played bishop to e6, and I think they moved the pawn up. So I took their bishop, and they took the knight. On f6, so I took back with the queen. And now they, let's see. They moved their queen up to put me in check. So here, I brought my knight out from c6 to e5. So they brought their knight out. And so I brought my bishop out. And then we traded. I think they did. I think they castled. Yeah, they castled. Or if they didn't castle, if the computer didn't castle, then I think they played here. So I took, and then they took back, and then I pushed to block their bishop from taking my bishop. So then they played knight to d5 to attack it. Oh, they actually can't do that. So they just took my knight here, my other knight. The computer took my knight, so f3 takes e5. So I took their knight back. And now they move their bishop back to d2. And so now I had to choose what I wanted to do. And I think here, I think again I might have played the wrong castle. So I castled queen side. Or did we castle on the same side? I think we castled on the same side, actually. Yeah. So we both castled here. So basically I'm up a pawn. But they have both my knights. Whereas I have a knight and a bishop, and they have a pawn, and they have both my knights and the queen and one pawn. So here, after they castled, I played bishop to c5, and so until they went after it. Yeah. So I brought it back, and now they played knight to e4 to go after my bishop. So I moved out of the way and tried to attack their piece, attack their rook. So then they went there and defended it. So I decided to not take because I wanted to keep the piece. So I brought it back, and then they brought their rook over. So I pushed my pawn first to get out of the way. So I played pawn to c6. And here they brought their queen over. And they brought their king over. So king to f1. So let's see here. So I brought my rook over, and the computer took. So d takes d8. And so I took back. So e takes d8. And so they brought their king closer. And so I decided to push this pawn, and I think that was kind of like not a good move, because now they played knight to g5, and I think I played this move. I played h6, and then I took it back because I realized what happened. So I brought it back, and then I think the computer took on c takes e5 here. But I'm pretty sure they just moved their rook over a to c. Yeah, maybe they didn't do it. Trying to think what they did. So maybe they did. So they did take here. So here I went after their piece, and so they just defended it. So I went after their king, so I played bishop to a5, and then they just defended it. So I had to bring it back. Sorry, first, again, I was having tunnel vision. So, or maybe I did, I brought it back. So here, they attacked my bishop again, and so I pushed it. So we traded, they took here. So g5, g takes e4, f takes g4, so now it's basically the same bishops. So then they went here, and so I went after the king again, and so they brought their king up. So then I started to bring my king up, and so They attacked me, so I played here. And then they played here. So they brought their rook down to d6, and then to d7, and then I had to play e7 to block. And then they brought it to d8. Try to go after my pawns. No, actually they played back to d6. So then I went up again. And here they took. I think they took. Or did they go back? I think they went back. Yeah, so then they went back to d4 to go after my pawn here. And yeah. So I played pawn to b5, and so they took the pawn, and I took their pawn, so b takes c5, and then they took back. E takes c5. So then I played bishop. Bishop to b6. And then let's see. So then they played pawn to g3. And here I played rook to h6, and so they brought it up. So then I played rook to g6, and they tried to defend with the rook, and so I took it. I think they did. Oh no, they didn't do that. So they brought their king up. So here I played rook back to e6, and then they pushed this pawn. So I then had to go back further. So then they played bishop. Let's see. I played bishop to d4, and I moved my rook over to d7. I offered to exchange pieces in another way. So they took my bishop, but then I put them in check first. And then I went over. So let's see, yeah. So then they tried to go after the pawn to save it. And here I took the pawn. And let's see, they went here. Yeah. Let's see right here. So then they went up, and so I took their bishop back. So now it's basically 4-4. And it's coming down to the end. And if you're still watching this, then thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot to me. It really does. So here, after I took the bishop, a takes b6, bishop on b6, then they try to go after my king, so I played here. No, I played a3, and then they brought their king to f2, and so here I played rook to a4, kind of setting up a trap. So the computer first put me in check a couple times, and then actually they put me in check once and then went after my piece. So I played pawn here, and then they put me in check again, and then I took their pawn, and then they took my pawn on b6, so then I took their pawn, and now I'm up a pawn. So then the computer had to go back, and so basically I'm just here to push my pawn. So first I just tried to bring my king up. So which way did I bring it? I brought it here, and they really can't do anything, so they put me in check again, and they just kept putting me in check. So I moved to c3, and then I played here, and then the computer put me in check a couple more times, and then I played here, and then they eventually gave up the rook. Well, they didn't give it up, but they lost. So here they decided to try to protect the d8 square. So they pushed their pawn, and I pushed here, and then they pushed this pawn, and then I pushed, and then the computer basically gave up here. I basically won, because now it's just a matter of me checkmating them and moving my king up. So they moved here, and then I moved to c7, and they played here, and I just moved my pawn up. So then they played c3, and I brought my queen. I promoted my queen, so then they played king to h3, and I moved my king up. I think I centered my queen first. So I centered the queen first to F3. And then I started to bring my king in, and eventually eventually the computer is like lost, because I just played queen to f4, and they're just like, they're running out of moves. So eventually, I pushed my king to e1, and they brought it back. And then I played queen to f3. And then I took, and then they brought it back to h1. And then I played, after finally playing the move king to f2, their final move was here, and then this is it. I could play either one of these, but I decided to play the kiss of the queen checkmate on g2, and yeah, I won. So this is one of the games that was not recorded, but that's how I won. So just so you know, I play the computer on hard mode, but I don't know its setting. It could be the easy mode is like anywhere from 450 to 580 or something like that. I really don't know, but as you can see by my previous video, I lost 3 times in a row before then winning. When I didn't record it. But I play all my games on hard mode with the with the computer set on hard mode, and yeah, I've been winning more and more. So I don't know what again the setting for hard mode is, but yeah, this is how I won. So thank you so much if you guys stood by my side and watched this whole entire video. It really means a lot to me, and I hope you guys have a good learning experience from this. Maybe you gain something new and like what I did. If not, you can give me a comment and let me know what I did wrong, but hope you guys enjoy this one. So thank you so much again, and see you next time. Bye.